Good. Yourself? How's everything? What's up? Hey, buddy. How you doing? How you doing, everybody? Glad you can join us for some preseason hockey in the Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League here at Simmons Arena in Charlottetown. It's the Charlottetown Islanders taking on the Moncton Wildcats. And over the last 5 years, great rivalry. Always been a great rivalry between these two teams. Moncton 25-2-3 over the last 5 years. And this is a rebuilding Charlottetown Islanders team. And you're going to get a chance to see the first-round pick of the Islanders, Aslan Tremblay, number 15 out there to start this game, and we are underway at Simmons. This is Fleury, another one of the young players that you'll see this season with the Islanders. Tremblay centers it out in front. That puck loose and comes out of the zone. Between the two blue lines, here's Fleury. He'll go D to D. Fleury lost it momentarily, and now Moncton, they'll dump that puck in. That's Servillas. He couldn't get it in deep enough. Play in the neutral zone now, bringing it in on his left side. Servillas, he can't make a play. And now back the other way, this is Armstrong. He'll flare it off to the wing. They go cross ice. Armstrong with a shot, he scores! Hudson Armstrong opens up the account for the Islanders. And it's 1-0 for the home team. So 18 seconds in, or excuse me, my math's not right. 38 seconds in, Islanders scoring, and it's 1-0 for Charlottetown. Played down the wing and deflected in, so a good start for John Mitchell and his team. John Mitchell, a former Toronto Maple Leaf Ranger and Colorado Avalanche forward. First year as the head coach here with the Charlottetown Islanders. They had a inter-squad scrimmage last night right here at Simmons, which was well attended. And as I said, this Islanders team, they're going to be very young this season. Meanwhile, you've got Moncton. They made it all the way to the Q Finals, losing to Chicoutimi 4-2. So now we got a face-off to the right of Will Cole. Face-off won by Charlottetown. Fleury remains out there. There's a shot. A rocket that goes over top of the net. And now back to retrieve it will be Fleury. So Hudson Armstrong gets the goal. played for Stouffville Spirit last season, the Ontario Junior Hockey League. He had 78 points in 52 games, an 18-year-old trying to make this team. We go cross ice. Eccleston, he'll play it back up top. Fleury with a shot through traffic. That hit a body out in front. Played it along to the half wall. Back to the point now for Fleury. Islanders on a power play here. 1:13 remaining in the man advantage for Charlottetown. They play it into the high slot. Here's Fleury looking for a lane. Takes a shot again. Hits somebody out in front. Massey has it on the wing. Play back to Fleury. He's had a lot of touches so far in this game. Nice little adjustment right there by Armstrong. And the puck bounces out to neutral ice. 49 seconds now remaining in the man advantage. Here's Armstrong. Islanders move in over the line, into the slot. They can't connect on the play, and back the other way is Foley's. He'll dump the puck in. And here is Ryan Jewer, big young man, 6'4". Or excuse me, that was Holyoke that dumped the puck in. Late stage of this power play for Charlottetown. Speaking of the power play, last season, the Charlottetown team, they were 10th in the league on the man advantage at 21.9%. Moncton, their penalty killing was second in the queue at 82.4%. Holyoke, another one of the Americans on this team. Picked him up in a trade from Moncton. Abbott gets it. Abbott Preston, around the boards it goes. And sent down the ice. 4 seconds now remaining in the penalty to Jordan Strange. Motoring through the neutral zone. Diagata. He'll dump the puck in. Around the boards it goes. Trying to get to it. There's Watson. He gets pinned up against the wall there by number 9, Henry. A little bit of a board battle in that near side corner. Trying to dig that puck loose, and now this is Jasmine. He'll play it off to the far side wing. Morissette Richer, he'll dump the puck in behind the Islander net. They spring it loose. Wohlers is there. He can't get it out. Morissette Richer centers it out in front, a chance, and they score. And just as that power play came to an end, it is Moncton. They even things up. Cervellis getting the goal for Moncton. So we're tied at 2, 16:30 remaining in the first period of play. Islanders had some difficulties trying to get the puck out of their own zone there, and Moncton capitalized on it. So Armstrong scored in the early going for Charlottetown, and Noah Cervellis gets the marker to tie it up. Both these teams are going to meet each other quite a bit this season in a very highly competitive Eastern Conference. Goes cross ice now. Pushed ahead in over the line of Aubin. Into the corner. Puck bounces out in front. Right there was Cleaves. Back to the point. Abbott with a shot. He put that one wide on the mark. Back here for Lindsay. He'll backhand it down the wall. Jewer looks over his shoulder for the pressure. Plays it along the boards here. Duguay-Caron just gets it out of the zone. McPhee bats it down now for Moncton. Here's Keever. Tries to get back to that puck, and it's dumped in by Charlottetown, and that'll cue a change for them. In over the line now comes Moncton, and play whistle down now as we approach the 5-minute mark of this first period. So a whole new look for the Charlottetown team. New general manager in Scott Harris. New head coach, as I mentioned, in John Mitchell. Different philosophy going into this season for this Islanders team. Off the face-off now, Islanders, they'll just bank it off the glass and it goes in the mesh, and we'll get another stoppage here. Talked about Cage Fleury. Had 20 points in 20 games last season playing for the Buffalo Junior Sabres U16 team. And with these new NCAA rules, you're going to see a lot of Americans coming to the Q this season and the upcoming seasons. Board battle in the corner. There's Staples in there digging for it. Islanders try to hold the line and it's kept in. Staples tried to center it out in front and now batted out to center ice. Arsenault, he'll dump the puck in. Comes around the boards. Lebrecq, he'll play it forward. Islanders doing a great job of hemming Moncton in right now. McGuire, he'll turn the puck over. Here's a nice chance in the high slot. Massey takes a shot, and that stopped. Loose puck in the blue, and it's covered up by Cole just in the nick of time. As tough turnover in the Moncton zone with no pressure on young McGuire there. So this Moncton team last season, as I mentioned, got all the way to the Q final. They went to the Memorial Cup the year before. Face off to the left now of Will Cole. Tremblay back out there again. As I mentioned, the number one pick for this Charlottetown team. Young kid, just 16 years of age. 6'2", 6'3", 200 pounds. And got a bright future ahead of him. He played this past season U18 hockey for Amos in Quebec. Had 34 points in 38 games. So he's got some skill. Talking to John Mitchell the other day. He's impressed with what he's seen with him. This is Moncton now trying to figure some things out on their own end. Abbott along the boards on the near side. Islanders keeping it in. Just a board battle inside the line. In there is Armstrong. He digs that puck loose. Wohlers is there. Armstrong gets it over here for Tremblay with a shot. Blocker save by Will Cole. Islanders have something cooking in the offensive zone. Tied at one apiece here. 13:52 remaining in this first. We got a penalty coming up around the boards. LeBrun gets to it. He'll slide it down the wall. And it's touched up by Lindsay. And the Islanders will go back to the power play for the second time here this afternoon. So out there for Coach Mitchell. He's got Eccleston out there. He took the draw. Diagata takes a shot from an oblique angle. That's stopped by Cole. Battle in the corner, trying to dig for it is Watson. He's in there battling. Pinned up against the kick play. Watson continues on. Got a little bit of a rugby-style scrum in that near side corner. Comes back to the point now. Holyoke with a shot right on. Cole with the save. Down low the puck goes. 1:28 remaining in the power play. It's been all Charlottetown so far in this sequence. Eccleston, he sent it across, kept in. Diagata back to the point. Into the slot. There's the shot right on. Eccleston tries the wraparound to no avail, and now Moncton, they'll rim it around the boards and down the ice. That cues a change on the power play for Charlottetown. 1:05 remaining in the man advantage. 12:46 left in the first, tied at 1. Coming out gingerly here. Holyoke, he'll dump it back. Armstrong, he's the goal scorer for Charlottetown. Converged upon by a couple of Moncton Wildcats, and it's whipped down the ice. And Charlottetown will have to regather here. Evan Foley's off as he took the penalty for Moncton. Down in the corner now. This is Lindsay. Gets it over here for Kiever, and Kiever able to clear it once again. Coming out to center ice now with some speed. This is Armstrong on his backhand down that far side wing. Good play right there by number 14, Jasmine, to break it up and back out to neutral ice. And that power play has come to an end now for Charlottetown. Massey, he tried to get it deep. Good defensive play there by Fleury. He took his man out. And now Massey, he tries to go cross ice. Couldn't connect there with Armstrong. And now trying to get to it is Foley's. Couldn't get there in time. Islanders back on the attack. Good back check there by number 23, Colton Cleaves, and that's offside at the Moncton line. Had a chance yesterday to talk to Gardner McDougall in Moncton. He's got another real good hockey team, of course a franchise that has a lot of financial resources to get the best of the best. Almost made it to back-to-back Memorial Cups. So this team is going to be strong once again this season. Duguay-Caron with speed. Hits center ice. He tried to dump it in. That got deflected and goes out of play. John Mitchell had a lot of success living in Colorado, coaching youth hockey. One of a number of candidates that Scott Harris interviewed. And apparently he had an interview that was off the charts, and Scott Harris decided to hire him. Here's Moncton now. They'll play it to an open wing on this left wing. That's dumped in by Henry. A couple of big strapping defensemen on the back end for Moncton here. You've got number 9, Ben Henry, and Jack White, number 25. Big hit along the far side wing, motoring down. This is Johnson. Johnson now. Got it poked away from him by Henry. They try to center it out in front right there. Was Duguay-Caron. He couldn't connect. Islanders once again keep that puck in deep. They'll make a change here. Approaching the halfway point of this first period. Tied at 1 if you're just joining us. Off to the wing. Moving in now is McGuire. McGuire tried to dance his man Wohlers and couldn't. Elliot Mullen played last season for Summerside. Younger brother of Simon Mullen, who played for Moncton and is going to play for UPEI this season. Morissette Richer, he gets taken out of the play. Flipped down into the corner. Trying to get to it is Watson. In there first is Sevigny. Long stretch pass broken up by Wohlers. Sevigny, his pass again broken up in the neutral zone. Here's Watson. Down the left wing. Takes a shot up high. And it's sealed off by Will Cole. In net for the Islanders, it's Colby O'Shaughnessy. He played for the March and Mill Co-Hunters in Nova Scotia, their U18 team. And he hasn't had much action so far in the early going of this one. Shots on net 7-2 in favor of Charlottetown. And last season, O'Shaughnessy 4-12-0, 4-12-0 and a 4.77 goals against average. Face-off won by Moncton. They'll go hard around the boards. Oban is there. He'll deflect it out. Fleury off to the far side. Played back in, and now back on it is Nathan Frost. Second-round pick this season for Charlottetown. Another big strapping defenseman on the back end for the Islanders. They're going to be a big blue line this season. Puck funnel down behind the Charlottetown net. Battle for it. Now it comes along the boards as that was Diagata. He threw a check. Chopped along the boards here. Islanders now their way through neutral ice. Staples in over the line. He's by himself right now. Staples, he got twisted around, lost the puck. Moncton trying to move it forward. This is Lovell. He'll hit center ice. No one to give it to, so he dumps it in deep. Holyoke, cross ice, Jewer. He gets squeezed out of the play there. Good job by Jack White. Along the boards, it squirts loose. Moncton with the outlet to center ice, and now they'll play it east-west. In over the line now. This is Cleves. Cleves will jam on the brakes here. He'll send it around. Massey gets to it first. He'll play it up along the wall. They'll try to do a little bit of a chip and chase there. That was Tremblay. Send around again. 7:45 now remaining in the first period play. Ryan Jewer played prep hockey down in the United States. Big strapping kid from Paradise, Newfoundland. This is Henry. He'll go D to D. Gets the return pass. Long stretch pass, nowhere near the intended receiver. As that was Mark McPhee who was the intended receiver there, and that puck got away from him. So we'll get a face-off here in Moncton territory. Arsenal to take the draw here. Face-off to the right of Will Cole. Off the scramble now. It's gathered up. Flipped in by McPhee. He'll go off on a change. Plenty of room to roam here. Little toe drag and then a turnover. Moving in is McGuire. McGuire takes his shot and it's covered up by O'Shaughnessy. As the Islanders getting a little loose, breaking out of their own end there and almost cost them. Mentioned Ryan Jewer. He's just 16 years of age and he's 6'4", 6'5", I believe, over 200 pounds. So watch for number 8 here. Play broken up. Eccleston with a great move, trying to get to the net, he scores! KJ Eccleston, what a move. And it is now 2-1 for Charlottetown here. 6:45 remaining in the first. Would love to see that again. Doing a little bit of a Lone Ranger rush, and I don't know how he got to that puck at the last second, but he did, and able to slide it home on Will Cole. And KJ Eccleston, he was supposed to play at Union College this season. Something happened there. Didn't materialize. And had a fantastic goal there. Played 7 games last season for the Sudbury Wolves of the OHL. And played for Brock, the Brock Braves in the Ontario Junior Hockey League. Here's Elliot Mullen again. Very feisty forward, number 19 for Moncton. Play back for Lindsay, Sevigny. Again, trying to look for that home run pass, and it goes the distance for icing. So we've got a face-off coming up here in Moncton territory. It'll be to the right of Will Cole. Wildcats win that draw. They'll hammer it around the boards. Again, another board battle here on this near side in Moncton territory. So Eccleston gets the goal. Rollers gets the assist here on that goal for the Charlottetown Islanders. Now breaking in is Moncton. Fleury gets it around the boards. Kept in momentarily. And now racing to center ice. This is Fleury. Cage Fleury in over the line on his backhand. That shot gets deflected wide. In there is Johnson. He wins the puck battle. They play it back to the point. Over here, slap shot by Frost as he leaned into that one. Fleury gets it. He'll funnel it down low. Mullen tries to pin his man. Shot right on. Cole with another save. That puck is loose. They score! Good hard work by the Charlottetown Islanders team, and they're rewarded And it is now a 3-1 lead. And Justin Hanscombe will get credit for the goal there for Charlottetown. But you really can see the great skating ability and the offensive instincts of Cage Fleury. Going to log a lot of ice time, I would think, on the power play for Charlottetown with his puck handling ability. So it's a 3-1 lead here, 5 minutes remaining in the first period from Simmons Arena. Massey to the net, kicked aside by Will Cole. And now trying to get onto that puck. This is Lavelle. Leaves it there. Aubin had his pocket pick off the glass and out of the zone. They'll play it to center ice. Scampering back in, number 17, that's Foley's. Foley's in there. So Hanscombe will get credit for that goal to make it 3-1. Massey goes rink wide, puts it on the tape of Jewer. Jewer with a shot, and that's deflected wide by Will Cole. So for General Manager Scott Harris and head coach John Mitchell, he wants to get everybody a game here this weekend. See what they can offer this team. And some of the veterans on this team that played last year for Charlottetown, their jobs are on the line as well. So you'll see more players tomorrow when they take on the Newfoundland Regiment. Plan is to make some cuts by Monday. Puck comes to the line. Wohlers, he can't handle it. Shots on net now 14-3 in favor of Charlottetown. So this game has been dominated by the Islanders, and I know that probably pleases John Mitchell. That goes the distance, icing against Charlottetown. Got a lot of faces here at training camp, and when I was talking to Coach Mitchell, he said he's trying to keep things as vanilla as possible, not trying to overload all the players with too much information. Wants to run a basic power play, basic penalty kill. And right now they've got themselves a 3-1 lead. Cleaves is in there fighting for it, and now it comes to Eccleston. Eccleston dumps that puck in, had a lovely goal here just a short while ago. Out to center ice now, in over the line. That's going to be offside, as that was Kiever that got ahead of the play there. So Hudson Armstrong, he opened up the scoring here for Charlottetown. 42 seconds in. Massey and Frost got the helpers there. And then 3:30 in, it was Cervellis from Mullen and Morissette Richer. That tied it up. Eccleston got that lovely goal to make it 2-1, and then Justin Hanscombe, he made it 3-1. So that's where we're at here. 3:13 left in the first. Board battle on that far side. They crowbar that puck loose, and now here comes Charlottetown on the attack once again. Duguay-Caron with a shot, and that's swallowed up by Will Cole, and Cole has been very, very busy in this game. They got to take the draw. He's got Declan on one side and Duguay-Caron on the other. There's a shot. They score from the point, or excuse me, top of the left circle. As that got ripped towards the net, and now Charlottetown will take a 4-1 lead, as that was Frost. And Frost right now, he's got 2 points in this game. So the second round pick looking very impressive from an offensive standpoint here in this one. Sevigny for Moncton. He tried to play it down the line. That got deflected and goes out of play. So you've got Nathan Frost. He's 16. Cage Fleury, if I'm not mistaken, he's 16 as well. Jewer is 16. So a lot of young cats on that back end for Charlottetown. And tomorrow, I would think, in that game against the Regiment, you're going to see Romanis, another big defenseman out of Latvia. Puck down below the goal line now for Charlottetown. They've had the puck in Moncton territory for the majority of this first period. Back to the point it goes again. Holyoke, he'll shuffle it off. That shot is fanned on. Will Cole will try to play it. That was dangerous as it came out in front. Cervelis, he has the lone goal here for Moncton. He crosses the line, drops it back, and Elliot Mullen just a couple of strides ahead of the play, and that's going to be offside. Charlottetown had a spirited first day of practice here back on Thursday. Team with a lot of speed. You can say that basically about every team because that's the way the game's played now with speed, but these guys can really scoot out there, the Charlottetown Islander team, and they got a lot of young legs. They'll try this face-off once again in the neutral zone. Tremblay out there with Armstrong and Massey up front for the Islanders. Here's Tremblay. He'll head north with it now, and that's going to be offside at the Moncton line. His play is bogged down here just a little bit. 1:57 remaining in the first. They'll keep the Tremblay line out here now. Puck goes cross ice, trying to get to it is Abbott. And now Massey over the line now. Tried to feed Armstrong. He'll take it off the boards. There's a shot stopped by Will Cole. That puck is loose. And then pounced on by Cole. And I think Will Cole will want to get into that dressing room and get hydrated because he's been, as I said, a very busy man in this first period. Face off to the right of Cole now. Arsenal to take the draw for the Islanders. In the face-off circle there against Kiever. Won by the Islanders. There's the shot. Ramped off a stick and goes out of play. So we're at the Simmons Arena, and they did a fantastic job here renovating this old rink that had been in Charlottetown for a lot of years. And this is where the Islanders are holding their training camp. Down that wing is Frost. He moved in deep into the corner. Out to center ice. Kiever. Moncton, they lose the puck. Back in over the line now. Eccleston, he's been very impressive, number 18 for Charlottetown in this first period. Fleury, he'll jump on the puck. He'll flare a pass ahead. Here's Watson in over the line. Watson with a shot. Put it wide on the stick side of Will Cole. Another shot from the point. That goes wide. Fleury moves in off the right point. Tried to center it out in front, and again, that puck gets deflected and goes out of play. 54 seconds remaining in the first period of play. It's a 4-1 lead for Charlottetown. And tomorrow they're going to take on Gordy Dwyer and the Newfoundland Regiment. They had a fantastic first season as Q Hockey comes back to the Rock. Great support in St. John's and around the province. And Gordy Dwyer, he'll have a good team on hand here tomorrow afternoon. Out to center ice, Holyoke plays it to an open wing, moving up on the play. That's Lindsay. He'll play it around the boards. Jasmine was there. Now it's chipped out of the zone and back out to center ice again. Islanders have dominated this first period, as you would expect with a 4-1 lead. Duguay-Caron centers it out in front. And now this is Ben Lindsay. Lindsay by himself, the defenseman moves up, gets away from one check. Still has that puck in the corner, centers it out blindly, and it comes to Duguay-Caron. Plays it forward at Declan. As he got met there with a check, had his head down. He got lucky, he didn't get decapitated there. Puck on net, and that's going to do it for the first 20 minutes of this game. Charlottetown Islanders with a really impressive opening frame in their first preseason game of the season. And they have got the lead here. And you've got the goal scorers at least. Eccleston has a goal. Hanscom, Nathan Frost has pocketed one. And Hudson Armstrong got things started for Charlottetown. So 4-1 after 20 minutes of play. We'll step away. We'll come back with second period action in just a bit. Who's the guy that you said London Knights wanted?
But they're in a tough division. So they're not. Oh yeah, this is their 30th anniversary. So they might, until you do it, you don't know. But they're certainly in a discussion of being right there with anybody. We'll see what happens. Anyhow. Let's see.
Welcome back, everybody, to Simmons Arena here in Charlottetown, getting ready for second period action. First preseason game of the 2026-27 season. And right now the Charlottetown Islanders, they have themselves a 4-1 lead over the Moncton Wildcats. Let's see if we can give you a summary here of that first period. 42 seconds in, it was Hudson Armstrong scoring. Massey and Frost getting the helpers on that one. Then Moncton came back. Servillis from Mullen and Morissette Richer to tie it at 1 apiece. And then KJ Eccleston, a lovely goal. Mason Wooler's got the assist there. 2-1. Hanscom from Staples and Johnson to make it 3-1. And then Nathan Frost, who had an exceptional first period on the back end for Charlottetown. He picked up a marker. Declan and Diakata getting the assist there. So Frost, he has a goal and an assist in this one. And we're underway here, second period action. Fleury also solid in that first period. Tries to hold the line and is successful. Played around the boards. Abbott, he'll backhand it there along the wall. And again, Charlottetown just tenacious on the forecheck here. That's the one thing that John Mitchell told me the other day. He wants his team to play aggressive, play with speed, and be hard on the puck. And Charlottetown has definitely been that here so far in this game. Play behind the net. Morissette Richer, he couldn't handle it. Fleury, he'll float that one up high. And Massey, he couldn't knock it down. But you definitely see the great skill on the backhand from both Frost and Fleury. Two American players that are going to look good in Charlottetown Islanders uniforms this season. In the case of Cage Fleury, both the London Knights and Moncton, they were trying to sign him and they couldn't. And you can see why he was wanted by a number of teams. Diagonal dump in by Charlottetown in there. Number 15, that's Strange. They play it around the boards. Jack White has it off the wall, and now racing in is number 27, Lavelle, as he streaked down that wing. He gets tied up there with Jewer. Holyoke, he'll play it to Ryan Jewer. Headmans that puck. Eccleston, he'll dump it in. Takes his man out hard. That was Strange that he pinned up against the wall. Here's Jewer with a shot. It goes wide. Once again, Islanders applying some pressure. Will Cole remains in the net for Moncton. And we got a little bit of a tie-up in the corner there. That is Aubin. Can't quite see who the Charlottetown player is that he's jostling with. I think that's Jewer. And Ryan Jewer, I'm telling you, he is a big kid for 16. He's about 6'4", 6'5". Tips the scales at over 200 pounds. And Ryan Jewer, he played for South Kent Prep in Connecticut. Face-off one here by Moncton. They'll play it up along the boards. It's deflected out. Back on it first now is Johnson. Woolers, he'll play it over here. Played off to the wing. Charlottetown moving. That play broken up. And we got a penalty coming up. And it's going to go against Moncton. So once again, Charlottetown to the power play. Looked pretty good in the first period on the man advantage. And they'll get another opportunity here. So Tremblay comes over the boards. He'll take the face-off here to the right of Will Cole. Massey on that far side half wall. Looking for an option here. Massey goes rink wide. A chance right there for Fleury, and a great play by Massey as Fleury streaked down off the point. And again, another example of the great offensive ability of Cage Fleury. 1:44 left in the man advantage here for Charlottetown. Hard around that puck goes. Kept in by number 34, Armstrong. He had a goal in that first period. They play it back to the point now. Here's Armstrong. He'll navigate down that far side wall. Plays it back. Massey, that bounced on him and is floated down the ice by Moncton. Moncton, they'll change up the PK here. Here's Fleury again. He can lug the puck to center ice. They'll send it around. Tremblay first on it. He gets taken out into the boards. Here's Massey, plays it over. A shot there by Armstrong, looking for his second goal of the contest. Massey moves down the wing. Midpoint Fleury. Over here for Armstrong with a shot. That got blocked. That was Jack White got in front of that one. Massey tries to track it down in the corner. Gets to it. Played behind the net. Nobody there in a dark jersey. Now up for Armstrong across Massey, and he ripped that one. Jasmine might have got a piece of that as he tried to block it, but it went over top of the cage. 30 seconds now remaining. There's a chance. Oh, what a beautiful setup. And Hudson Armstrong, he's got a second of the contest, and that is a power play marker. What a great feed. That was on Armstrong's tape and in the back of the net in a blink of an eye. So it's now a 5-1 lead here for the Islanders. And we're in the early going of this second period. 16-15 left in the second. We got a lot of hockey here. Islanders turn the puck over behind the net here. Strange. Try to dance one man. Oban gets it down in the corner. Excuse me, that was McPhee that got it down in the corner. Islanders break out of their own zone. Jewer. He'll play it forward. So they announce the goal here. Armstrong gets his second of the game. So Armstrong, power play marker from Tremblay and Massey, and they move that puck around quite effectively. And they come up with a power play marker. Played to center ice. Declan off to the wing. There's a shot that got blocked. And now jumping on that loose puck, this is Cleaves. Scott Foley's with them. He centers out in front. Declan back there as a safety valve defensively. Sevigny. The puck deflected, and right now Moncton, they can't seem to get any cohesion offensively. In over the line now. It's dropped back. There's Watson with a shot. Good glove by Will Cole. And now we got some pushing and shoving in front of the Moncton net. Shots on net now 18-3 as the ice has been tilted here in the favor of the home team. 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, this Charlottetown team, they'll take on Gordy Dwyer and his Newfoundland regiment. Game that'll take place right here at Simmons Arena. From the corner, centered out in front by Eccleston. Moncton now trying to get some maneuverability. Over on that far side. Play broken up again. Here's Arsenault. He'll take it back north. Eccleston. He's been very impressive, and he got can opener there on that play, if I could spit that out. That was Preston Abbott. It looked like he got the stick between the legs. No call. McGuire over the line. He'll feather a pass there. That shot Goes wide by Sevigny. Islanders now try to work it out of their own zone. Strange gets a return pass, plays it to the right wing side. That's broken up. Eccleston, he's been all over it here. Number 18 for Charlottetown in this game. Down the wing, play broken up. Rollers puts it on the tape of Staples. He'll push it ahead. Johnson with speed over the line. Coming out that left side. His shot goes wide. Back to the point now. Frost over here, and that shot goes wide of the cage. Moncton will try to bring it out. But Brick Hugh, he'll dump it in. Moncton got a change going. Now back the other way. This is a shot right on by number 14, Diagata. Here's Moncton with speed. Lavelle in over the line. His shot goes wide. Lavelle, number 27. This kid can really motor out there. He's in on the forecheck now, trying to get to the puck. Can't get there in time. Off the boards and up to center ice. Jack White, as he got upended by Diagata, and White looking at the bench trying to get the number of that Mack truck that hit him. In over the line, a chance, and that puck goes across the blue paint. Another great scoring opportunity right there for the Islanders. And I believe Jack White is going to go off. And once again, Charlottetown to the power play. So they're going to go again. Coach Mitchell with Tremblay, Massey. They're up front. And also Staples on the back end. You've got Armstrong and Fleury. H. Fleury now. Little bump back for Massey. He'll hit center ice, gains the O-zone, drops it off for Tremblay. Tremblay now to the point. Fleury plays it over. Armstrong puts it right on the tape of Massey. That went off the skate there of Lindsay. Comes across. Massey moves down off the point, keeps it in the zone. Here's Tremblay below the goal line. Tremblay still has it. He'll play it back up top. Into the high slot now in the bumper position. Chance right there for Staples. Staples stays with it. Played it off the back of the net to himself. Armstrong comes down. He tries to pinch, and now it finally comes out between the two blue lines. 1:03 remaining in the power play here. A penalty to Jack White. 11:36 left in the second period. It's a 5-1 lead for the Charlottetown Islanders. Looking to add to that account right now. Massey over the line, got the puck poked away from him. Bounces around, and they're going to whistle it down for a glove pass. Talked about the power play in the first period. It was 21.9% last season, 10th in the league. And it's looked very impressive here in this game. Holyoke over on the far side, moving in number 14. Diagata, shot right there, right on the mark. Eccleston looking for his second of the game. And I believe we got another penalty here. And it's going to be a tripping call against Moncton, and going off is Massey Richer, or Morissette Richer, excuse me. So a 5-on-3 here for the next 38 seconds. Preston Abbott is going to go off, so another look at this Islander power play. Diagata. He'll go cross ice. Eccleston plays it up top for Holyoke. Diagata on that far side now. He goes rink wide. Eccleston with a shot. That got blocked. Getting in front of that one is Jasmine, and he'll go off. That stung him a little bit. As Moncton, they change up the penalty kill. 10 seconds remaining in the 5-on-3. Here's Holio. Plays it off, right wing side. Watson is there. Watson centered out in front, nobody home. Puck goes into the corner. Abbott rims it around the boards, and now this good opportunity here for Moncton. They play it over, a chance on the backhand, and that is stopped. As that was a save right there by O'Shaughnessy. And that, folks, is, I think they're going to register it as a shot. That'll be only the fourth shot of this game so far as we hit the halfway point of the second period. There's a shot by Tremblay. That's gloved down by Cole. 43 seconds now remaining in a 5-on-4. Out to center ice. This is McPhee. Play broken up. Tremblay back now. Coming off the left wing. Lets a shot go. Stopped by Cole. Centered out in front. And winning that puck battle and clearing the zone was Sevigny. There's a shot that rips wide. Massey, little touch pass, puts it right on the tape of Tremblay. Tremblay in over the line, just inside that blue line. He gets taken out into the boards heavily by Elliot Mullen. Mullen's got a bit of junkyard dog in him, number 19 for Moncton. Here's Massey. 4 seconds remaining in the power play here for Charlottetown. Trying to move in. Frost, he had to dig it out of his skates. Couldn't get a shot off, and that does it for the power play. We're back to 5-a-side, centered out in front. Islanders keep the puck in the O-zone. Play broken up. Here's Elliot Mullen. He was almost off to the races. Now he is. Mullen on a breakaway. Mullen, and he put that one wide. I don't know if O'Shaughnessy got a piece of that, but Elliot Mullen, I mean, he was clear from just outside the blue line all by himself, and he couldn't convert. And now both teams are going to change up the goaltenders here. So Colby O'Shaughnessy, he'll take a seat. Didn't see a lot of action in 30 minutes of play. 30 minutes and a little. And now coming into the net here is Caleb Peltier. He played last season for the Laval Montreal Rousseau U18 team. He had a .217 goals against the average, and he was 10-5-0 in regular season play. So he's going to get a chance to play here now and show what he can do. And at the other end, going into the net, is Nathan Chenier. Now moving in on his backhand. There's a shot. Chenier, excuse me. He makes the save. As that was Johnson that moved in. So penalty to the Islanders. And there's a minute 31 remaining in it. Morissette Richer. He'll get that puck hard around into the corner. Shot from an oblique angle, hits the side of the net. Jewer tries to get it, and now he pushes it ahead. Johnson couldn't quite get there. All the possession being held here on this Moncton power play by Charlottetown, sent down the ice. So that penalty going to Nathan Frost. Turned over, and there's a trip, and that's going to do it for the power play. As a turnover in a dangerous area in the Moncton zone, and Declan was right there, and he got tripped as Robert Declan was moving in. And Declan, he played high school hockey last season in the United States at Belmont High School in Massachusetts. So in a minute and 1 second, Charlottetown will go back to the power play. They've seen a lot of looks on the power play here this afternoon. Eccleston to take the draw. Can't get possession. And now here's Jack White. White, he'll play it over for Lindsay. Ben Lindsay now, around one man. Lindsay Got the puck stripped away from him. Diagata's there. He gets ridden off into the boards by McPhee. Jack White again. He'll push it. On that far side, that's Keever. Keever now. Keever with a shot. Good stick. As that was deflected out of play by Wohlers as he got stick on puck. Eccleston, he'll go off in a change. Another player that's looked really, really good in this game. Talked about it in the first period. Looked like he was going to be playing for Union College in the NCAA. Something happened, and he's come here, and the way he's played here, could find himself a home in Charlottetown for this winter. Shot on net there. That's stopped by Chenier. Out to center ice, Cleaves. Cleaves now. He'll play it over. Play broken up as Abbott couldn't hang on to it. Islanders move in. There's a shot that goes wide. Cleaves gets it hard around the boards. Nobody there in a white jersey, though. Played over. There's a shot. That's blocked out in front. LeBrun, he'll play it back up top here. Islanders now on the power play for the next 40 seconds. Here's Holyoke. This guy can dance with the puck, number 10. And play whistle down. Not too sure why. I believe the net's off the peg, so that's why we have stoppage here. 6:22 remaining in the second period. Glad you can join us here from Simmons Arena in Charlottetown. First preseason game for the Charlottetown Islanders. Charlottetown Islanders team, they were fourth in the East last year. 33, 23, 2, and 6 for 74 points. Charlottetown, they win the draw. Half wall now for Massey. He's been a magician on that half wall on either side on the power plays here today. Here's Massey. Left circle, loads up, takes a shot. That gets blocked, comes back to him. Fleury, speaking of magicians, Fleury out there. He's looked very good. That shot blocked again. Fleury midpoint. Looking for a shooting lane. Finds one. That's out in front. I don't think that Chenier saw that puck at all. Here's Fleury. Power play is over. A shot that just goes wide in the net. Lindsay behind the net. He tries to get some maneuverability there. Turns the puck over. Islanders back on it again. To the point. Fleury bobbled that one. Tremblay with a shot, and that got blocked by number 21, Sean Dwyer. Long lead pass. Staples coming off the left wing. Takes a shot. Stop. Rebound. Nobody in a dark jersey there. And now gathering it up is Sevigny. He'll play it to his D partner. That's Jack White under pressure. Gets stripped of the puck. Massey took it away from him. Far side corner now. Duguay-Caron in there battling for it. Arsenal's there. They play it to the point, and that just got away from Ryan Jewer. And he'll go back and reboot here for the Islanders. Jewer to center ice. Declan in over the line. Arsenal throws a check at his man. Arsenal dog it on that puck, wins the puck battle. Over here for Ryan Jewer. Jewer moved in off the point. And Jewer, he's got it again. Dumped in by the Islanders. Having some problems with it is Chenier. And now this is Elliott Mullen to center ice. Mullen now shuffles it off the wing. Morissette Richer. Mullen tried to center it again. Back to the point now. There's a shot by Jasmine. That goes wide. Moncton, they've got something cooking in the O-zone, and now finally is cleared out of harm's way. Abbott gets it. He'll go D to D. Jasmine. He'll play the center ice. Nice little touch pass right there by Keever. In there, battling for it in front of the Moncton bench. was Jewer, and the whistle will play down. We'll get a stoppage here. 3:46 remaining in the second period. This Moncton team, they played last night. They played the Newfoundland Regiment at the Avenir Center. Islanders will get their second game tomorrow against the Newfoundland Regiment. Face off to the right of Peltier. Eccleston back out there, puts it on the tape of Diagata, off to the wing now. Islanders looking dangerous. That puck sent back door for Diagata, and he couldn't get a stick on it. Out to center ice, Islanders bring it back in. Eccleston tried to feed Johnson, and now trying to get down that wing is Moncton. This is Lavelle to the point. Lindsay loads up. That goes off a skate. And now we got a 3-on-2 of the Islanders hurry. Here's Eccleston in over the line, and Johnson just a tad ahead of him. And that's going to be an offside call. 3:07 remaining in the second period. Had a chance in the intermission to have a chat with Gardner McDougall, the head coach of this Moncton Wildcats team. What success he had in U Sports at the University of New Brunswick. Won multiple titles, national titles, and has done a great job with this Moncton team. Holyoke, he'll play it D to D. Down that right wing. This is Watson with a shot right on, and no problems there for Chenier. And now we got a meeting in the corner, and somebody got a poke to the chops. I think that was Johnson, or excuse me, that was number 34, Hudson Armstrong, that threw a little rabbit jab to the jaw of a Moncton player. No penalties called. Face off to the left now of Chenier. Got a little bit of a delay now. One of the officials at the Charlottetown Islanders bench. Islanders, they've won a fair number of draws here. There's this shot that gets deflected. In the corner, Holyoke, he's in there deep, centered out in front. Armstrong was lurking, and now off the boards and out between the two blue lines. Puck is dumped in. Fleury tries to spin away from his man, successful, plays it up along the wall for Armstrong. Big hit. Oh, that was a nasty hit, as that was Watson as he just stepped into McPhee. And now this is Hanscom. Hanscom with a nice move. He got the stick chopped out of his hands. And there's going to be a penalty against Moncton here with 2:08 remaining. But boy, what a hit by number 11, Braden Watson. He just leveled Mark McPhee just inside the Charlottetown D zone. And I think that shook McPhee up quite a bit. So Charlottetown, they've made a living here in this second period on the power play. Off the scramble now, it comes to Jack White. Sent down the ice. Nathan Frost now, he's gathering up some speed here. He'll hit center ice. Frost in over the line. Tried to do a little too much by himself, play broken up. 1:37 left in the power play now, a penalty to Olivier Sevigny. In over the line, that was Armstrong. He got knocked off stride. Great job there by Ben Henry defensively. And we're going to get a face-off now to the left of the Moncton goal. Eccleston out there. He'll take the draw for Charlottetown. Islanders win the draw. Trying to get down that wing is number 14, Diagata now. Back to Eccleston. Got pushed off the puck, Eccleston did, by the Moncton forward, and now Holyoke. He's got it now, and that pass goes off the stick there of Kiever. He got a stick in the shooting lane, and Moncton will send it down with 53 seconds remaining in the power play. Winding down this second period, and once again a frame that saw the Islanders dominate. In the corner, Ben Lindsay lost his stick. Holyoke moves in as he pinches. He collides with his man. Took a little bit of a knock there from number 17, Foley's. Long stretch pass, Massey there. 25 seconds remaining in the power play, 30 left in the frame. Played along the boards, Islanders trying to work it up the ice, and they can't. Jack White tried to shovel it down the boards, now out to center ice. Tremblay was there. Couldn't quite reach it, a little bit of a dribbler on Peltier. He played that one cleanly. And now with speed in over the line, this is Armstrong. Armstrong lost it and sent down. Power play is over, and this period is about to come to the end of its life here as we are done. So through 40 minutes of play, Charlottetown Islanders, they've got a commanding 5-1 lead. Shots on net 33-5 after 40 minutes of play, and not much offense coming from this Moncton team in this game. So we'll step away. We'll come back. Third period action in just a bit. So it's a 5-1 lead, Charlottetown over Moncton. Okay, folks, welcome back. Getting ready for third period action. Islanders with a commanding 5-1 lead here in this third period against the Moncton Wildcats. In that second period of play, it was Hudson Armstrong. He picked up his second of the contest. Tremblay, the first-round pick of the Islanders, he had a helper, and Massey with the other helper. That was a power play goal. Shots on net, a dominating 33-6. And had some really impressive outings here in this first preseason game for the Islanders. Eccleston has been rock solid. Armstrong has looked good. And we are underway now. Third period action from Simmons Arena in Charlottetown. 5-1 lead here for the Islanders. They'll play tomorrow against the Newfoundland Regiment. That'll be their second preseason game of the season. Played off to the wing now. This is Massey. Floats one to the net. One-handed over top of the net by Tremblay. Cervellis, he'll lay it off here. Morissette, Richer, Cervellis lets a shot go. That's stopped by Peltier. And once again, Massey, he'll streak down that left wing side. He'll lay it off. No, he won't. Looked like he was going to give it to Armstrong. Massey in the corner. Moving in was Arsenal. Try to help out. Here's Arsenal. Place it behind the net. Again, some zone time here for the Islanders. Massey up top. That shot goes off the stick and goes out of play. So in this game, you've got Nathan Frost. He's got a goal and assist. He's a plus 3. Hanscom has a goal. And then you have Massey. He's got 2 helpers in this game. Staples with an assist, and Eccleston, he's got a goal in the contest. So contributions from a lot of different players in this game for Charlottetown. There's Eccleston. Takes his man out of the play. Back to the point now. There's a shot by Jasmine. That goes wide. Islanders trying to move that puck up the ice. They're successful here. Going down that wing was Arsenal. He takes a hit to make a play. Eccleston drops it back blindly into the slot. Ill-advised move there, and Cleaves, he clears it for Moncton. Eccleston, puck on his stick. There's a shot. Looked like it got blockered aside there by Chenier. Long lead pass out of the reach of Cleaves. Or excuse me, yes, that is Colton Cleaves, number 23. Puck sticking to the ice there as the Islanders have some problems getting it out. They finally do. In over the line now. This is Armstrong. Tried to center it. He's looking for Staples. And now back the other way. Lone Ranger rush. This is Aubin with a shot. No problems for Peltier as he comes to the top of the blue paint and makes the save. So I would think that Coach Mitchell would be pleased with what he's seen here this afternoon. Got off to a good start. 42 seconds in. And now we'll see if they can manage this game properly. Wohlers plays it left wing side with speed now in over the line. That's Johnson. Johnson in the corner being eyeballed there by Jack White. White, he wins the battle, just plays it out to center ice. Comes over here for Strange. He'll headman that puck, everybody looking for it. Goes down below the goal line. Taking a hit there is LeBrun. Out to center ice, Henry. Plays it D to D, and now that pass behind Aubin. Islanders with it again to center. And they decide they need to make a change here. Both teams making some changes. Played ahead here now for number 24. This is McGuire. McGuire will track it down in the corner, tries to get to it, can't get there in time. And now play it out down the ice. A race and chase for it. Getting to it is Frost. Frost tried to center it as he had a man going to the net. That was Hanscom. That puck sky hooked down the ice. Fleury, he'll pivot and track it down. Fleury tried to rim it around the boards, fanned on that attempt. Fleury in there again. In a board battle, and now the puck is won by Declan. Not out of the zone, kept in by Lindsay. In there mucking and grinding, back to Sevigny. His shot gets deflected wide, and now Fleury on his backhand will scoop it forward. Right there is Hanscom, and he'll play it over for Frost. His pass is no good as he was looking there for an outlet. In over the line is Tremblay. Tremblay with his shot, and that's scooped up and held onto by Nathan Chenier. So Tremblay is out there. He'll take the draw. Massey on one flank. And you've got Armstrong on the other. Around the boards it goes. Morissette Richer. He couldn't control it on the half wall. Board battle in that near side corner. Big hit, Tremblay. As I mentioned, he's 16, but he's got some size. I believe he's 6'2", 6'3". He's 200 pounds, so he hasn't finished growing yet. Abbott, he dodges a check, plays it around the boards. And now Mullen. Elliot Mullen, he tried to feed Morissette Richer. They can't hook up. And played right back in by Moncton. Holyoke under pressure. 2-on-2 battle in that right corner. Good job to win the puck. That's Massey. He weaves away from one man. Plays it over here for Armstrong. Armstrong to Massey! Oh, what a beautiful goal. What a setup by Hudson Armstrong. And Massey, very creative player there, and Armstrong, all he had to do was tap that in. Could have put a blindfold on him and he still would have scored that goal. So that makes it 6-1 here for Charlottetown. And let's see, if I'm not mistaken, that's the third goal of the game for Armstrong, I believe, is it not? So Armstrong makes it 6-1. So I take that back. Armstrong only has 2 in this contest. So we get a stoppage here as we approach the 6-minute mark. Now they've credited the goal to Massey, but I thought for sure Armstrong got a stick on that. Anyways, I'll try to get verification on that. But anyways, it's 6-1 for the Islanders. Shot from the point by Frost. That's blocker to side. Sevigny. He'll play it to Aubin. Deflects it into center ice. Arsenal in over the line. He got his pocket pick. And the Islanders will regroup. 6-1 lead here now for Charlottetown. Centered out in front. And now that long pass to Aubin on his horse, trying to nullify the icing, and it's going to be an icing call against Moncton. Ozone face-off here now for Charlottetown. Johnson to take it here now for the Islanders. Centered out in front, goes across the blue paint. And now on the rush, this is Aubin again. Aubin off the left wing side, tried to center it. It went off the skate of Jewer. Moncton try to regroup, and there's Jewer stepped up on Foley's and took him out into the boards. Staples, he'll drop it back. There's a shot by Armstrong. That stopped there by Chenier. Centered out in front, comes back now. Wohlers looking for a lane, takes a shot up high again. Another blocker saved by Chenier. As the Islanders once again, they press in the Moncton zone. This Wohlers can't quite get to that puck as he tried to pinch in, and now in over the line, number 24. That's McGuire. McGuire has it behind the net, tries to play it far side corner, is successful. Islanders now getting hemmed in their own zone a little bit here. Here's Dwyer. And now the Islanders, they'll tap it off the glass and out of the zone. They want to make a change here. LeBrecque with a shot. No problems there for Pelche. Steers it aside into the left corner. Below the goal line now. Moncton trying to get the cycle going, trying to get some offense. Only 8 shots on net here in this contest. LeBrun, he's lost his stick. And now the Islanders, they'll get it out of harm's way out to center ice. Can't get too much further with it than center ice. Abbott, he'll headband that puck to Dwyer. Dwyer trying to get inside position. And he lost it. Throws a check into the corner at Wohlers. So Billis, he'll dump it in. Off to the side of the net. Morris hit Richer. He can't center it. Moncton, they keep the puck in the zone. Henry was right there. He tried to get it off the glass and down deep and ended up putting it into the Charlottetown bench. 11:05 now remaining in this third period. 6-1 lead for Charlottetown. And I suspect tomorrow we'll see a different crew of players. You'll see Kravanis, the import draft pick, I would think would play tomorrow. Mate, another European defenseman, and they can't rave enough about young Mate. Again, another big, strong defenseman. And Charlottetown Islander fans are going to be very impressed with this kid. Ramadas, another European. Again, a defenseman who's 6'4", 6'5". He's trying to get his clearance to come over and play. So hopefully the Islanders can get him in the lineup soon. He's here in Charlottetown. It's just a matter of getting IHF clearance for him. This team has got probably 8, 9 legitimate defensemen. So some decisions will have to be made by Scott Harris moving forward and what he wants to do with all the D-men he has. So that's a good problem to have. Sevigny, he'll lug that puck to center ice. Around one man. Can't get it in deep enough. There's Lavelle. He couldn't hang on to it, and now Armstrong tried to feather a pass, turned it over. Played back now, Sevigny. He'll move in, he wants to get after it. Dumps that puck in, Jewer is there. Sevigny takes a run at Jewer, 2 big bodies collide. Jewer in there getting aggressive defensively. Holyoke almost turned it over, has some help off the glass and out of the zone. Arsenal, Eccleston, good stick there by Sevigny. Watson in the corner. Arsenault is there. Oh, he took a hit up to the chops as that was Sevigny. Stuck his glove right into the face of Arsenault. Puck drop back. Laval. Eagles cross ice. He was looking there for Cleaves. Holyoke broke up the play off the boards, just out of the reach of Eccleston. Eccleston, another big-bodied forward here for the Charlottetown team. He's got a goal in this one. And that goes the distance for icing against Moncton. We'll be here tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock as Charlottetown going to take on the Newfoundland Regiment. Cordy Dwyer, the head coach of the Newfoundland Regiment, former coach here in Charlottetown with the Islanders. Play behind the net. Abbott is there. He gets away from a check and now breaking out of the zone. Foley's gets around one man. Foley's with a shot, and he ripped that one to the top bunk. And it's now a 6-2 game. And Evan Foley's, it's like a streak of lightning down the left wing. And he put it above that trapper there of Peltier. So now 6-2. And that, my friends, is only the 10th shot on net for this Moncton team in this game. They have been void of any offense. Again, you have to remember second preseason game for Moncton. Last year, this Moncton team, boy, they scored a ton of goals. They were second in the queue with 302. And you can be sure that Gardner McDougall is going to find some offensive players this season. They're going to be one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. So don't be fooled by this 6-2 score line here in an exhibition game. Oban, nice move, then got the puck poked away from him. Here's Oban, try to feather it across the blue line. It comes out of the zone. Dwyer in over the line. Play broken up by Charlottetown. Here's the Islanders back the other way. Jack White around the boards. Nobody in a white jersey there to give him any kind of support. Flory battles for it. Flory now, and he gets tripped, and no call on that play. The Brecu trying to get in on the forecheck for Moncton. Little touch pass, and now this Declan in over the line. Declan splits the D, moves in, and it looked like Chenier, he got a piece of that one. Robert Declan with a nifty move there. Here he is again in front of the net, can't win the puck. Dwyer goes rink wide, puts it on the tape there of McGuire. And the puck sent in by Moncton. A lot of situations here this afternoon. It's been one and done for Moncton. They get the puck in the zone. Can't seem to create anything offensively. Sevigny looks over his shoulder. Armstrong was there on the forecheck. Board battle on this near side. Moncton trying to work it out. Tremblay, he gets knocked down as that was Lindsay that threw the check at the first round pick. Lindsay now. In over the line. Morissette, Richer dumps that puck in. 5:39 remaining here in the period. Trying to crowbar that puck loose on that far side. In front, there's a shot, not much on it from Morris hit Richer, and that's no problems for Peltier. So Peltier and O'Shaughnessy, they got their number called today. And one would think that tomorrow, just guessing now, Hickey will be in the lineup and Carter. But we'll have to wait and see and find out what head coach John Mitchell wants to do in terms of personnel for tomorrow. But as I mentioned earlier on in the broadcast, Scott Harris committed to making sure everyone gets a game, that he gets a chance to see everybody, gives everybody a fair shot to try to make this team, and there are spots open on this team. Eccleston in the corner now. Trying to dig that puck loose. There's Eccleston, plays it over. There's a shot up high that's stopped there by Chenier. And now moving out, this is Lavelle. Over here for Cleese. Puts it on the tape there, and it comes back to Lavelle, and he got hauled down. Looked like it was the Calgary Stampede there. Looked like he got lassoed, no call. And he got Lavelle asking, why isn't there a penalty? And to be quite honest with you, I don't blame him. So there's no call. Stay with five-a-side hockey. 4:35 left here in the third. Johnson will move in for the Islanders. Number 24 to take the draw. Islanders get possession. This is Frost under pressure. He'll play it over. Fleury off the boards, not out of the zone though, sent right back in by Moncton. Frost, second round draft pick of the Islanders this past summer. Frost to Fleury. Nice pass. Now moving into Staples. Staples plays it in front of Chance. An opportunity to score. A second chance at it. And the Islanders make it 7-1. As that was Johnson that gets the marker there. So Charlottetown, a dominating performance, and you can print dominating in capital letters. They just have not been challenged in this preseason game whatsoever. Big Jack White played far side now. This is McGuire. Play broken up. Back here for Sevigny. He can't play it down low. And now this is Duguay-Caron. Duguay-Caron! What a shot. His nameplate is hanging off his jersey and moved down the ice and it was waving in the air. And boy, he let that one rip to make it 8-2. Wow, major contributions from everybody in the lineup here for Charlottetown. And that always makes it so much better when everybody contributes. And the Islanders will open up with their first preseason victory. They'll try to make it 2 in a row tomorrow. Great game from Tremblay, the first round pick. Aslan Tremblay, he's looked good. Massey's been dancing out there. Eccleston scored that lovely goal in the first period. He's been very impressive. So John Mitchell and Scott Harris, they're going to have some real tough decisions to make here as we move forward in training camp. And you'll see a bunch of new players tomorrow. They'll get their opportunity to impress. And I think a lot of Islanders fans are really looking forward. There's a shot that goes wide. A lot of Islander fans, they're looking forward to Kravanos, seeing him. Alexei Kravanos, he was picked in the 3rd round of the import draft. And boy, he was here the other day when they opened up camp. And he's got some skill, and he can really fly. This group here has done a great job. Here's Tremblay again. Massé takes a shot. That was stopped there by Chenier. And now blazing a trail down this near side wing. Laval. His shot goes high and wide. Islanders, they're not done yet. This is Massé with a shot. That stopped and hung on to. With 1:28 remaining here in this 3rd period. So the Islanders, they haven't sat back at all in this game. You know, you always wonder about teams in the 3rd period with a big lead. Would they get into some bad habits? And they didn't. And the shots on net here, 44-12. There's a shot by Frost. There's Fleury in front. He's looking for more offense. Big hit below the goal line. And that was Watson again. Watson, he just took out Ben Lindsay number 14, Jasmine, and Jasmine wants a piece of Watson. And young Mr. Watson, he's thrown a couple of massive hits in this game. Puck out in front, here's Watson with a chance, and it's frozen, and we'll stop play. Under a minute here, 52.7 seconds, but Watson, boy, very physical customer in this game for Charlottetown. So under a minute in this one. And Watson is going to go off. Eccleston, excuse me, and he'll go off as well. Face off to the left of the Moncton net. Won by the Islanders. They have won a boatload of face-offs in this one. There's a shot from above the circles by Johnson. Off to the side of the net. And now Moncton on the attack here. In over the line. Play broken up. Foley's over here for Aubin. Played out in front, goes off the skate of Jewer. Jewer behind the net. Foley's, his shot is blocked. And folks, that's going to do it as the Charlottetown Islanders, they win this game convincingly by a count of 8-2. So that's the final score. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon as they will take on the Newfoundland Regiment.